Grace, we are very excited and I'm very lucky. I have the first question. It's a very simple, easy question, but when I look at the word worthiness, I believe it's such a big, unpacked word that I also do believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, that there are so many different interpretations around it. I'd love to hear your version of what is worthiness.
Yeah, thank you. Well, in the work that I do, what comes across mostly is the question around, am I worthy of actually the life that I actually want? You know, am I worthy of having this life? Am I worthy of creating it? Is what I'm creating, is what I'm offering of any worth? Like, is it worth? And so generally there's a lot of entanglement with this whole worth story, and it's based on giving something a value. And normally when we give something of value, we go directly into comparison. And then, you know, of course, you know, money fits in there, but let's just talk about worth for the moment. And so we go into this whole comparison thing, and ultimately we can only really make a comparison and get into a worth story if we're in some sort of programming around separation from the truth of who we are. So the whole worthiness thing is based on separation, whereas, as we know as conscious women, we're actually all one. Like, if we're connected to our soul, then we're connected to source, then we're all one. Where in oneness does worth actually even exist? It doesn't. So when we find ourselves in a worthiness story, and I'm not saying that, you know, as humans we don't run that story, but that story is actually run about our programming and the way that we've been taught to think about our value and whether you know, I'm allowed to have this if you're not. So there's quite often a lot of programming around guilt in the worth story. And it's so interesting because as I was sitting this morning, just kind of sitting into what to share with you today, it's like I've got such this beautiful image of, you know, when we play that worth programming, am I worthy to have a great life because my sister struggles, or I see a lot of people struggling, you know, in life. It's like not only are we projecting disconnect into our own expression of the truth of who we are, so we're disconnecting from the fact that we actually are the universe and we're capable of experiencing anything and everything we choose. So not only are we disconnecting into that, but we're projecting it out into people we care about. It's like, oh, they can't have it either. It's like, oh my gosh. And if you drop into the depth of your heart, there is nothing in your heart that actually is interested in projecting into the energy field that we're all disabled and none of us are worthy of having an amazing life, an amazing business, an incredible relationship. Like, there's nothing in us that is actually truly aligned to that. Like, if you go in here, like, what a load of bullshit. What a lot of bad manners toward ourselves. You know? So I absolutely acknowledge that the programming is there, but any programming can be unprogrammed. It's not the truth of actually who we are. The truth of who we are is that we're all one, that we are the universe, that right at the center of our heart, we wish for everybody, not just ourselves, amazing lives, you know, incredible abundance, amazing contributions, being the lighthouse that enables all of us to go, oh, that's something that I really resonate with. And, you know, if we're playing a worth story, is it worth it, blah, 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 we don't show up as the huge, massive light that we are, that then activates somebody else to go, oh my God, oh, I can resonate with that. If you're stuck in a worth story, it's like, oh, I'm not sure of my worth. So in summary, the worth story is a complete disconnect from the essence of who you are and the heart of the light of what you've come here to be and contribute and create.
Mm.